Hello everybody, it's James and welcome back to Corby Town. Two things. Number one, you can't see my face because we're going to be doing a lot of analysis here. And I figured not having my head in the way of less looking at numbers and players and stuff is important. Number two, the mouse is here. Yay, you get to see the mouse as I focus around and kind of say, hey, look at this. These are things here too. Behold this. So we've ended the season. Obviously last episode you guys saw us play, I'm remembering, losing to Liverpool in the semi-final of the Cup. And then we played a couple games, Villa, Leeds, Bournemouth, Brighton, because we had won the league, so I was rotating some players, getting some stuff in. The 1-1 to Brighton was not the best way to end the season. But it was really momentous for something, and you're going to see it here in a second when I press proceed. And we get the... don't worry about that. I'm just end-of-year stuff. As we get the end-of-year report. So we get to talk about the end of the year, what went on, and then I'm going to kind of break down what I see going forward for the team. Because we won the Premier League, and now we have to worry about Champions League. And I don't know what pot we're going in. I think we're going in pot 1 for the Champions League, but it's going to be difficult. For sure. You know, if I was smart, I would have had this already sitting on the screen. But no, I'm not that prepared. Aha! Here we go! Corby Town, end of season review 2027. The new arrivals. I always love how slow this screen is. Apparently the signing of the season was Asllani, who came in, made 22 appearances, and we'll see more on the goalkeeping stats here. Made 22 appearances for us. Then old Harry Maguire came in, made 12 appearances for us, made 2 goals and an assist. Bedov, this is surprising. I mean, I thought Bedov would be higher up for £10 million getting a right back that gets that far forward and has 5 assists. Brum coming in for, getting 2 goals and 10 assists from Nacional for £5 million. Fernando Jamie, Andrea Carnaval. God, that was a good signing too. 5 goals. Once again, we have to talk about, and we'll see about the statistics, but just why midfield. Daniel Deja, him coming in was great, and he has a work permit now. We were able to get him a work permit, so we can use him to play at our under-19s. Don Jurgen came in. I mean, and he might have appearance. He did what I wanted a backup striker to do. He scored some goals and got a few assists. Shin Lucas came in as kind of like the, oh crap, we need another left winger. Andrew Ambrose, not really a big play for right now, but for next year is going to be a big deal. They do not like Antuz Miranda. I don't know why. We think paid too much. I paid his release clause. He's a Brazilian wonder kid defensive midfielder. What's not to like about him? And then finally, Guillermo Bharati, who's the 18-year-old center back we got from Croatia. A lot of good Croatians. As for the outs, Ronaldo Feltran, Vladimir Volden, Jean Carlos, Ander Nagor, who, he didn't play great at Levante, just saying. Borman, who played 4 appearances there. There's some guys. Emmanuel Mendez, Wesley Hassel. Hassel, I'm happy to see get some game time. Feltran, he's playing in China. Miles Brown, 16 appearances, getting a goal and assist. Alistair Pete didn't get any play time, and then these guys didn't get any play time. As for our loans out, which there are a lot, Watts getting some goals. We have to talk about Watts. Saivil Sunduku getting a lot of play time. Marcus Agutson. I didn't even remember I had him. That's right, our big Swedish attacking midfielder. Who, developed all right. Jonathan, I wish he would have gotten more game time and goals. Guthrum Henrique, great. Forgot I had another Brazilian attacking midfielder. He may have to get involved. 10 goals, 10 assists in 51 matches at Cardiff. We were there in the championship. Okay. Zachy Flack, who played in Barnsley, we got 2 goals and 10 assists. Richard Broadbent with 5 and 7. Daniel Deja, who we know is the attacking midfielder, got his work permit while playing in Ligue 2. Ewan Patterson. Oh, we still have Ewan Patterson too. Barnard, who got a decent amount of game time, but he is going to be leading us on a free. Juan Rodriguez. We've had some pretty good loan spells. Ngoya. He developed all right too. Asensio got some decent time at... they didn't get some decent time. He only got 3 games. Dan McGregor filled. Veracocos got 9. Pinto. And Williams Brum, who spent 1 appearance at Inter Miami before I said no and brought him back. A season to remember. First place in the Premier League. We nearly sold out the stadium every single time at Vicarage Road. We crushed the league, only having 3 losses all season to Tottenham, West Ham, and Arsenal. So London. We have problems playing in London. Brighton, Middlesbrough, Aston Villa, and Sheffield United were the draws, and then we beat everybody else. It's just strange, like... Arsenal, okay, was the 2nd place. Tottenham got 6th, and West Ham were 11th. But Man City beat twice. Liverpool, we beat twice. Man United, we beat twice. Chelsea, we beat twice. Chelsea, by the way, are in the Champions League Cup final. We'll have to see how that goes. In the semifinal, we're knocked out by Liverpool. And in the Cup final, we're knocked out by Watford, which is, kind of funny since we're sharing the home ground with them. Moments to remember. Our biggest win is when we 7-0'd Everton, who are going down this year. Actually, if we go... Can I go back? Yeah. Yeah, if you look at relegation targets, Everton, Newcastle, and Reading. So I've got my eyes on some of the players from Everton and Newcastle to pick up. So yeah, the demolition job that was this one. What is it? Our match to remember was a 4-1 win against West Ham, and goal of the season was Gillett. Can we view this? Can we? No. Yes? Yes? No? Yes? No. No, we cannot. It was one of his normal ones where he gets he get the ball off a corner and he ran down the end of the thing, and scored on the other end. Apparently, our account reputation hasn't changed over the past season. I think that'll change when we turn over. No new sponsorships, no new this. Sponsorship money went up by a little bit. Broadcast revenue is now up by a ton. Corporate hospitality, competition prize money, and match day retail all went up. Total merchandise sales has gone up by a decimal point. We moved that over. Total jersey sales with Vladitson, Jebby, Gillett, Baye, and Carnival all doing that. I agree with all these. Jebby is a club icon. Vladitson is just Vladitson. The guy was a machine this year. Gillett was Gillett, Baye. These 3 are great. Carnival is a fan favorite, and so is Jebby. So that's awesome. How we lined up. This is very true to form. This was our starting 11 for the majority of the year, and I was happy to have all that. The accolades, only because you can see it last year because it counts last year instead of this year. By the way, I did win Premier League Manager of the Year, head coach Skybet, head coach champion of the year. I was coach of the month for previous year, and English Premier. Oh, there it shows English Premier League Division Coach of the Year. Club awards: Fans Player of the Season, Vallison. Young Player of the Season, Vallison. Sides of the Season, Aslani. Goal of the Season, Gillett. Top goal scorer, 40 goals. That was the whole reason for starting Gillett in the last game of the season, was to have him get to 40 goals. Not bad for a young 19-year-old striker. Valdison getting 20 assists and 16 players of the match is an average rating of 8.0. And most complete passes completed per 90 minutes. Andres Blum completed 46 passes every 90 minutes, which is pretty good for a guy who's working that midfield. Record breakers, Watts has the most appearances with 255. Carnival was our highest transfer fee in for 50 million. And Renato Feltrin was our highest transfer fee out for 35. Competition awards, player of the championship was Valdison. EFL Young Player of the Year was Valdison. Euro Cup 2 Player of the Year was Valdison. World Under 21 Player of the Year was Valdison. European Golden Boy, Valdison. Brazilian Best Europe-based Player, Valdison. English Player of the Year, Valdison. English Players Player of the Year, Valdison. English Players Young Player of the Year, Valdison. Sky Bet League Championships top goal scorer, Nisabai. Premier League Division top goal scorer, Gillett. So Valdison. Let's talk about Valdison. He's the man. We can't do better for the other season. Congratulations. And there we go. It's the highest we've ever done. Highest average rating is Valdison. Most man of the matches. Here's our best 11. Slater's still there. By the way, Slater. Oh, he retired. Oh. Not even a coach. Retired at 24. I will miss you, Slater. You were the man. Slater's also earned recognition with soccer. One achieves the national touch per day. Antigua, Ba, Osman, Flack, Carnival, Ferguson, Montez, Jebby, Jackson, Watts. With a bench of Reyes, Podar, Frazier, Bowen, Barnes, Anisabai, and Futoshi Sakurai. The best 11, where are they now? The vast majority still involved with the club, with just having one player retired. Jackson, Jebby, Montez, Reyes, Carnival are all with the club. Ba is with Manchester United. Frazier and Sakurai are with Leeds. Barnes is with Montpellier FC. Zach Stewart turns out for Wolfsburg in the Austrian League. Really? That's where he went? That's a strange career. No, he went to Watford, and he's loaned to Wolfsburg. And Simon Bowen plays for Crystal Palace. He went to Crystal Palace after all that. Good for him. Going to be playing in the Premier League one day. Zach Flack turns out for Barnsley. Margaret Antigua is San Jose Earthquakes. Adam Watts is for Bristol City. Kieran Ferguson turns out for Coventry City. Kieran. God, he's almost got 100. He's got over 100 appearances for them. Good for him. Good for him. Podar is at Port Vale, and Wayne Osman is for Larne. The other player featured in the lineup was Kyle Slater, who has retired. There's a season review again. Where are they now for the 2021 team? Jack Wilshire and Slater are retired. Wilshire is a okay coach. Ingram's at Bradford. Craig Kerr and Osman are at Larne. Keeskin's still at Oldham Athletic. Oh my God, he's almost got 300 appearances for them. Dude, you just keep going, man. Shane Malone for Hearts. Watts for Bristol City, but he still plays for us. He's just on loan. Simon Evans, Northampton. Podar. Paul Brownlee for Liverpool. Roy Frazier and Futoshi Sakurai. These are all the same. Brian Bell for Stoke. Brian Bell. That's a name I hadn't heard in a while. God, he's actually worth some money now. Let's scout him. Just cuz. Let's look at this interesting statistics, and we've got some other interesting ones to bring up after this. General performance. We're better than the Premier League average. We are quiet and impenetrable on defense, and we are aggressive and clinical on offense. We were expected to get 79 points. We averaged 97. We expected goals were 91. We got 110. And I think our goals against is actually really good too. This is important. Club vision and expectation meetings. Let's negotiate here. I haven't even looked at them yet here. I play attacking soccer. Sure. Yep, we do that. Play possession. Yep, we do that. Make the most of set paces. Yep, we do that. Play entertaining soccer. Yes, we do that. Play high tempo pressing soccer. Yes, we do that. Work within the payroll. Yes, I do that. Next season, minimum expectations to be negotiated later. Finish top half. Reach the knockout rounds of the Champions League. That is doable. Top half for sure. reach the championship knockout. So we basically have to get out of the groups. Okay. All right. Become recognized as the best of the rest. So you're telling me there's a chance. Best of the rest is fine with that. And that means we're not top 6. We're like the best of the rest. Sure. Jebby, Jackson, Montez, Nguyen, dude, just people love us. Let's talk about, it's a good time to tell your plan for next season. Let's discuss our plans. Let's see. Congratulations. A well-deserved break. We're fully rested, positive. We'll come back to a top half finish. Yay! That's exactly the sort of the reaction I was after. We are aiming to give a good account of ourselves. Yay! I will tell you about promises later. I thought we would have more today. Everybody for your support. Have a great preseason. Okay, bye. God, I don't know how many times I've messed up that conversation. New season team report. That's not surprising that those guys are all the best in those positions. Holmes, injury, squad break, training camp destination. China, Singapore, Hong Kong, Netherlands, Scotland, Africa, Austria, Germany, USA. Let's go to the US. Post-match versus Brighton. Weekly roundup. Vladison named Player of the Year for the EPL. Congratulations. Vladison claims it. Yannick Gillett gets top goal scorers. He's Golden Boot. 36, I mean, Sabar Ahmed gave him a run for his money. I mean, so did Anissa Bai from the right wing. Vladison named English Players Young Player of the Season. I'm Coach of the Year. They've got the player, oh man, the team of the season. Minhan, Montez, Jebby, Bedov. So our entire back line, Baye and Brum, and then Gillett. Abixi, Morabia, Ahmed, and Rashford are there. Valdison doesn't make the team of the year. Interesting. He was the man, though. Valdison dedicates the war. Gillett, they all love me. Thank freaking God. I just want to advance one step forward, too, because the playoffs are going right now in the leagues below. So if we look at the Premier League and we go down one. When does Leicester beat Burnley? Oh, they're not for a while. So league table coming up is Southampton and Burling with Leicester and Barnsley playing in the championship. Swansea, Preston, and QPR go down. As for League One, Bristol City and Coventry. Yay, Zachy boy! Hey, Ingram, former strikers, third highest one in the league. Bristol City, Coventry come up with Hull and Bradford in the final. Wigan, Plymouth, Walsall, and Doncaster go down. And then down here in League Two, Swindon, Accrington, Terry, Stanley, and Yeovil co-up with Chesterfield and Fleetwood pending. Let's look at the other major leagues. Barcelona, with 101 points, beat out Madrid. Both Madrids for the title there. Still close in France, but PSG has the inroads here. Serie A, Zebra are the champions, with Inter in second, Lazio Roma. The Bundesliga sees Bayern, RB Leipzig, Dortmund, and Hertha Berlin crowned champions. And let's look at Portugal, too. That's one of the other big leagues. And in Portugal, it's Porto. No, it's Porto second to Benfica. So there we go. Benfica beat out Porto's reign of terror to come back on top. Very nice. Very nice indeed. People get bonuses. That's right. We've raised our youth rating to category 1. It's going to cost us $9 million. I mean, yeah, well, we have a lot of freaking money now. So here's the talk. Real talk now, folks. Let's talk to statistics. Let's talk money. First, let's talk money and transfer targets. We got 126 million pounds. I got a transfer budget of 34 million with a payroll budget of 735. I got some wiggle room here. I probably am going to ask the board for more money. Not right now. I want to wait a little bit. But we have a lot and a lot to spend. I'm also having them... They're also still building the new ground, which will be ready for the beginning of not next year, but the year after. And we're improving the training facilities. And also because they improved our youth level, that means we're category 1. We should be very enticing, and we'll look at doing that. Make the most of set pieces. Oh, they're disappointed from that. Oh, well, you can't win everything. So that financially, we're good. Also, in the Champions League, that's going to be a lot of freaking money. Things I've also been doing is giving players new contracts. Vladison's on a new contract. Gillett is on a new contract. Anissa Bai is going to be on a new contract. I'm re-signing the players who I don't want to go. Bedov on a new contract. Mainly because I know they could be enticed away. And I'm worried about that. But at the same time, we have to start looking at the Champions League rules, which is we need to have, I think, 8 players trained in nation and 4 players trained in club in our squad of 25. So English talent has to be a thing we have to look at. I think we can do that with what we have, because like if I'm just thinking off the top of my head, Jebby, Jose David Martinez, right off the bat. Carnival counts as trained in England. It was darn close to being trained in our club too. And then Watts is somebody we can keep in. Chris Hewitt could be counted in here. Ambrose is trained in nation. So we've got enough people here. Joe Jackson is somebody we can lean on for that. So when you're thinking about transfers, keeping Watts around may be a good idea because he could be the backup keeper for the Champions League. And we can keep obviously Aslani for the Premier League, and then possibly use Brum, our keeper, Williams Brum, who has developed really nicely as our cup keeper for next year, to get him some experience, and he's turning to be very promising as well. That wasn't mean for Johan Reyes. I don't know, but he's wanted by Gladbach, and if I can get 20 million for him, I'm gonna get 20 million, and then just use that to buy more players. I don't see a lot of selling going on here. I like the team we have. And to be honest, we really aren't in the area to sell. We need to keep the players we have and then like do stuff with them because we're going to be in another cup competition next year. Zlatao Bao is going to be somebody who's going to get a lot more play time for sure. Kieran Key, absolutely. He's homegrown with us, came up at our team. He's going to get a lot more game time for sure. So I don't see a lot of sales happening. If they do, it's going to be for stupid numbers. And that's all I can really say about that. Ins, we've got a few people coming in. I've got Nick Lloyd, Ulysses, and Louis Lefebvre coming in. Louis Lefebvre's coming in, and the other guy's coming in because they're really good-looking young English talent. And when you can get them for 700K and 1.2 million, you do it. That's what I did. I bought them. I'm also scouting Everton, all the guys who got relegated, because I want to see if they have anybody good there. Everton has a striker on loan who is English, who looks really freaking good. If I can pull him up here. Everton. By the way, Luke Collins is their hot prospect, which I find funny. Where is he? Striker. Derek Smith. Is this him? That's not him. He's not just a... Is this him? This is him. He looks darn good. 22. English striker. I mean, he's a resolute personality, enthusiastic left side foot. He's got some stuff about him. Teamwork, vision, work rate, first touch dribbling. I mean, I could see him being... Because we're going to need a third striker. Let's be honest here. We're going to need a third striker. Play simple pass. Argues with officials. I love that. He's got some mean in him. I'm going to seriously look at this guy and see if I can't bully him. Actually, let's start doing that right now. Let's Declare interest as top target. Let's start bullying these guys right now. Respond. He's an absolutely our main target. That means I can just sit on that for a little bit, watch some of his games, and then bully him off of it. So young English talent is what we're looking for, and maybe supplement that with some other continental success. But I think our core of our team is here. Like I said, the only people I can really see leaving, if anybody, is Reyes, and to be honest, Harry McGee. I think it's time for. I mean, he just declined this season, and I have Koch came up. He's better, and I've got Ivo Durstricht, who's ready to come up. Croatian, 19-year-old kid. Also, Guillermo Bharati, the Croatian center back, who's left-footed, which I could definitely use to come back. And then also our freaking wonder kid of a center back, Romeo Grassi, the Canadian, 6'2", we could bring up and just be a beast. That's freaking perfectionist center back, our own boy. And then guess what? We got a homegrown player and a center back we can play, which is freaking great. Because I love Montez and I love Jebby, and I'm gonna keep using him. But like Koch is getting there, man. Like he's getting there. He's got some abilities over Montez for sure. For absolute sure. And that brings us to some other it's just kind of to wrap up this video a little bit here. Just on some interesting stuff. I wanted to pull up, if I can remember where it is here. Is it in Team Report? Yeah, it was one of these things. So yeah, we have the pull it back here for a second. Okay, so here's our best 11. Yeah, that's not right. Kieran Key is not best. Vladison, Carnival. Okay, they pushed Vladison back on the midfield. Huh. With Key as attacking midfielder. Interesting. So our general performance this season is we just outperformed the hell out of the Premier League. When it comes to shots, when it comes to all of this. Goals conceded. But I wanted to take a look at this, and I wanted to show you guys something. Shots, goals. Look at the percentage of our goals here. And this is all competitions, including friendlies, right? 138 goals, none of them came from outside the box. All of them came from inside the box. That is something that I both am very proud of, but also is a little worrying to me that I may need to look at our tactic, and which is work the ball into the box and almost just not do it. I mean, maybe hit early crosses, or just let them not. Just see what they do. But that's interesting that I have... They did exactly that. They worked the ball into the box. And we shot a ton. But we did not score a ton from outside this area. That's very interesting. Now we should also go to... And I'm going to go to the competition here just to go over some of the other stats here. The team detailed stats. Just to kind of give you an idea how we were against so many of the other teams. We were 5th in possession. By the way, Brighton, who was middling of the pack, 3rd. But it shows you we were 5th in possession. We did not win a lot of headers at 11%. And our header wins percentage is at 13%. So we're not a tall team. That's the other thing. We don't win a lot of headers. We did get a lot of yellow cards. We are a scrappy team. But we weren't overtly over like some of the other, like 94. Like we were not that bad. We did get 3 red cards, though. Go us. And points per game, obviously, you're going to have the most points per game if you win the league. That's just how that happens. Form table, we don't have to talk about because this was all leading up to the end of the year, and that doesn't really matter. Attacking. Goals. We scored the most goals. Like, a lot of them. Like, 110. 95 from Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester. Like, it gives you an idea. There's us and Arsenal, and then there's a drop-off. Points per game, obviously that's once again. Expected goals for. We had the most EXG. Now Arsenal, like 95 goals from an 80 XG, us 110 from 91. That says something. Penalties, we only had 5 penalties we took this year, and we scored 4 of them, which is good. That's on Gillett. He did a good job there. And here's another crazy thing too. Crosses completed. We had the most crosses completed, which means for me, we're not winning many headers, but we're completing crosses into the box. So which means we have people who are good at crossing the ball. And I don't tell our guys not to cross the ball. And then once again, crosses completed. We're second. So we cross the ball. And I guess this counts too, because goals from corners, 14. We score goals from corners. So I don't know what they're saying about set pieces, but we score goals from corners. And we've scored goals from direct free kicks and indirect free kicks. We're up in the top 10 for these. So pass completion ratio, 85%. I mean, that's middling. But at the same time, I'm okay with that. I mean, you can't be 91%. 85 is good enough for me. Passes completed, once again, good enough for me. Clear-cut chances created, because this is it. Look at that. 193. Liverpool at 152. We have certain ways we do passing stuff, but we complete a lot of clear-cut chances. Shots for, once again, we're almost 100 higher than Liverpool. Shots on target. Put a lot of shots on target. We had a good shots on target percentage. Shots on target percentage, 47. But we say Leeds had the most. Leeds had 193. We had 346. It's definitely quantity over quality with us. And conversion rate too, 15%. We were second best in conversion. So we were good. We also had the most shots on target per game, or most shots in game. Fouls against, we were 4th highest on fouls against. Man City, that's just what they do, man. Dribbles made, we make a lot of dribbles. We're a good dribbling team, and we're a good dribbling team. Possession lost, 3rd and 9th. Which is good. I mean, you don't want to be further up here. The higher up here you is, the better. So I'll take that. We do a lot of dribbling, but defending allowed. Second, we only allowed 30 goals. That's pretty good. Expected goals against, we were expected to have 37 goals in, so our defense was good. Goals allowed from corners, none. We did not allow any goals from corners. Goals in from direct free kicks, none. Good for us. From indirect free kicks, 1. We're pretty good at our set pieces and organizing ourselves. I think Jebby has a lot to say of that. I also think that's because we also keep everybody back in the box for corners, and we spring out from that. Shutouts. We were second place with shutouts with 17. Once again, defense is key. Asllani came in and got 10 of those too. So that's to say something there. Asllani got 10 of those. So Reyes had 7. And then Asllani came back in probably the more difficult part of the schedule and got 10. So I'm happy about that. Fouls made, we're a pretty foully team, but that's what we do. I'd like to think they're smart fouls. Tackles made, we don't make a lot of tackles. Actually, we're like the 3rd worst in tackling, but we're the 3rd best in tackle win ratio. So it means we don't have to, because we see that we possess the ball so much. We don't have to win back and do as many tackles. But when we do tackle, we're good at it. 84%, 3rd best, or 82%, 3rd best. Blocks, we're down at the bottom. But once again, it's because we keep the ball a lot. You see that. Possession 1, 3rd best at winning back possession. So once again, when we tackle and we need to, we have those chances, we do that. Clearances, 16th. That's because we have the ball so much. We want to be that down there. Interceptions, an interesting stat. Brighton, very good at it. Us, also up pretty high. So there you go. Penalties conceded, 2. I'm fine with that. Shots against us, 319. Not 219. Man City was just ridiculous. But we're there. We don't have a lot of shots against us, and we don't have a lot of shots on target against us because our defense is good. Even playing with that, I think that's the thing and I talk about our midfielders not getting a lot of scoring and got high average ratings. It's because the Mezzala and the deep line playmaker, they're coming back and they're covering in defense. They're putting in the hard miles, and they're basically letting the front four be the front four. They're letting Valdison, Jebby, Valdison, Scrivener, Baye, and Gillett go forward and just run. Attendance, second to last. Average attendance, second place. Ground sellouts, 19. We sold out the ground. Highest attendance, dead last. Lowest attendance, fourth. By the way, we also did spend the second most amount of money. I will admit that. But we also have the lowest salary in the league. So there's something for that too. So that's all of the detailed stats for players or the teams. Let's look at some of the individual stuff. Games won. A lot of our guys have played. Games lost. Yellow cards. Meanhide with 11. Naughty, naughty boy. Jebby. But once again, they play a ton, and we have rotation for that. Red cards. 1. Mark Koch is up there. He just got the straight red. Players of the match. 14 by Valdison. 9 by Gillett. Valdison was a freaking machine. Lowest distance covered. Most distance covered, we have to have a guy up here. Valdison, yep. And Kieran Key, that says something that they average that much per match. It just means that position, that attacking midfield position, we expect a lot. Best average rating, three attackers and then a center back. Because Graham, that's what he does. He just destroys people. And then our other center back down here in 17th. Good for us. Headers 1. So once again, Graham is winning headers. It's what he does. Him and Jose David Martinez win headers. That's what we ask them to do. So when you look at the header win percentage, it's these two guys. We ask our center backs to win headers in the box. Possession 1. Bedov. That's an interesting one. I mean, Minhan is down there in 19th, but Bedov in 10th wins back a lot of possession for us. You'd love to see that that's what your wing backs are doing. Possession lost. Is Bedov on this list? None of our players are on this list. Very good. Happy about that. Goals. Gillett. We know this. Expected goals. Gillett. Again. Inisabai, further down on the list. He's only expected to get 16, to get 25. That's nice. Beating your XG like that. Very good. Average minutes per goal. Alexander Isak was... He played a lot of minutes off the bench. He was a super sub. But 18 goals as a super sub. Pretty good. But Gillett, as a regular starter, was getting a goal better than one every 90 minutes. That's insane. Shots. I mean, Gillett just took all the shots. Baye did as well. Shots on target. Gillett was tied with Ahmed. Shots on target percentage. Oh, of course. Gillett. Oh, that's surprising. 17th. 57%. Trent, but he only took how many shots? Conversion rate, Don Jurgen, 28%. Gillett, 27. Just with a whole huger amount of numbers. Yes, huger is a word. I don't expect you to know that. Huger. Shots per 90 minutes. Gillett was taking 4 shots per 90, which is great. Free kick goals. Didn't Brum have one? Yep. Feltrin and Brum both had one. Appearances, yep. Penalties. This is how many you scored. Yep. Gillett was 4 for 5. Oh, 3 for 4. Assists. Valdison with 18 assists and Scrivener with 15. Minhan, and then Minhan, Baye, and Brum with 10. That's huge. I mean, obviously we're scoring a lot of goals, but that just shows you that it's coming from the wide men, Baye and Scrivener. Scrivener, by the way, I think underrated because he wasn't a goal scoring machine, but he assisted. He was great. He did what we brought him to do. Baye was scoring the goals from the right wing, and Vladis and Tom Scrivener was assisting. That's great to see. Minhan on 10. Brum on 10 too. So he shows you where our midfield and our wingbacks were. Assists per every 10. Yeah. He was getting St. Maximin better, but Scrivener and Valdison was getting an assist every 0.690. One assist almost every 90 minutes. Key passes. This is stupid. Valdison had 202 key passes compared to Bernardo Silva's 120, and Brum's 97. 97 is still good for a guy who's in center of midfield, like center of midfield. Valdison is 202, and I think, and we'll come back to this screen in a second, I think it's because tries killer ball often, gets forward whenever possible, runs with through ball. He looks to pass before he shoots, and he's not. I mean, he's a good passer of the ball. He's got 15 vision and 14 passing, but he's not like, I think Brum, 16 and 15. There's just that, I think it's the player trait that's broken this year, and I want to say it is. Tries killer ball often. That trait has caused him to be a maniac. And I think that's like when you see him versus Kieran Key. Where's Key? Key. He doesn't have that. Excuse me a second here. Development. Training. Damn it, I can't discuss new trait. We know what we're giving Kieran. Yeah. That. Passes 90 minutes. Well, he also does. He's also, I guess that's the important thing. He's also doing the most passes per 90 minutes for us. So he is the kind of the creative crux in our midfield. 90. Oh my God. He's also the guy creating all of the chances for us. Brum with 22, but that's 3 times as much as almost 3 times as much as Bernardo Silva. 99 to 39. We bought this guy for £10 million. And he's turned into freaking, I don't want to say like a Messi, but Jesus Christ, that's insane. Passes attempted, and he's not even on the top pass attempt list. So he's creating a bunch of passes without attempting the most passes. And he's not on the highest pass completion rating. By the way, Jose David Montes, 94%. Good on you. Crosses completed. Yeah, here we go. It's what he did because he's from corners. He completes a lot of crosses. Cross completed percentage. Valdison and then Brum, because those guys are on our corners. Dribbles made. Bye. Nice. Brownlee, good to see you. God, you're good. You turned into a hell of a player. I'm glad for that. Valdison, by the way, good for Valdison. Dribbles made. He's got that skill to him. Dribbles made per 90. Nisabai. Offsides. Gillett was offside a lot. Yeah, he was. I know he was. But man, he tried to push it, man. That's what he does. That's what I want him to do. I thought, advanced forward was not the way to go for him. I wanted him to be a complete forward, but when I turned him into an advanced forward, it was probably the best thing I ever did. By the way, fouled. Scrivener, Baye, and Gillett all fouled in like the top 200, which is good. Defending, tackles won. We're not going to have anybody on this list. Tackles win ratio. Jose David Martinez, 94% tackle win ratio. Just a tackling machine. Jebby won it in the air. He won it on the ground. Tackles per 90. Mistakes leading to a goal. One of our guys is on here. Good, it's not. Key tackles. Min Han with 29. All right. Good to know. Key headers. Jebby. There he is. 8th. Interceptions made. Scrivener at 12. Way to go, Tommy boy. Putting in the work on the defensive end. You'll love to see that. Winning it back on the left side. And Bedov winning it on the right. Blocks. Min Han on 12. There you go. Making it work. That's Norwich. I didn't want Norwich. I wanted clearances. Graham Jebby. Clearances. Play no games. He heads the ball away. Why are we getting appearances again? That's strange. Shots blocked. Again. Fouls again. Interesting. And goalkeeping. allowed. I mean, granted, he didn't. You got to compile these two guys together. Yeah, he did, but he only played 19 times. But it also shows you the quality of keeper we bought. You know, they played roughly the same amount of games, and Asllani only allowed in 12, while Reyes allowed in 16. And combine that together, it's 28. It's one less than Ederson. It's one more than Edison. So we would technically be second. Shutouts, Edison won that one, but Asllani, working only half a season in 7th, shows you once again, saves help. We're not on this list. I guess you don't want to be on this list. Saves parried. Penalties saved. We didn't save a single penalty. And then save ratio. Okay, now this is something because it's also a smaller percentage, but I think we can take this one happily. Save ratio is 83%. So he was a better save ratio than Edison. So he saved more shots than he got on him. So that's good there. Yeah. There you go. So that's kind of it. That's kind of our recap. A nice long video for you guys today. Hope you'd enjoyed the kind of ASMR of me talking Football Manager statistics to you. I've got the weekend now to do the transfer, get ready for the Champions League. I think we will be back for the Cup. We have that. We've got the winner. Don't we have like a cup we have to play in, like the McDonald's Trophy or something like that? Anyways, whatever the first game of the season is, whether it's like the Cup or whatever it is, we'll come in for that. And then yeah. So I'll see you guys then. I know how to end a video. I've been James. You've been you. This has been Corby Town. Like, comment, and subscribe. Do all that other fun stuff. Thanks for making it this far in the video, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.